Start with the problems. Okay, so this is a part of chapter 3 only. It's additional to the transportation problem. There is something called as assignment problems. Okay, here what is happening is we will be having a particular kind of different kind of machines and different workers, and the efficiency would be different. So, for example, worker one is taking for machine A. Okay, there are, I told you, multiple machines and multiple workers who are working. So here the person, the supervisor, is having a problem, like he needs to assign a particular job to a particular worker. Okay, this is how it is. So it is based on whatever, like time taken by the particular operator to complete one job. So one operator out of, like, take around three machines are there and three operators are there. Okay, or three workers are there. So the first operator takes around 2 hours. Second operator takes 2.5 hours. Third operator takes 3 hours. Okay. So now, which operator has to be put on which machine? So this is, I'm telling you, only one machine. So similarly for second machine and third machine, we are having different times. Okay. I mean, different duration what they will be taking to basically complete one job. Okay. There might be multiple jobs. Okay, or multiple items what they need to uh, like make or have machining or something in that particular machine. Okay, so now the supervisor should know or should decide, so which worker should be put on which particular machine. So for machine A, I told you, like 2.5, 3 hours. For the other machine, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and the next one would be around 4, 6, and 8. Okay, so each time is different. Okay, so not only time, it could be even the cost also. Okay, like one person might be charging different, or like the wages you will be knowing, right? So based on that, even per product it is being calculated. So per product, per machine, this particular person will charge this much. So here it can be cost also. Okay, so based on cost, based on time, we need to assign. So if you are the supervisor over there, so how will you assign which machine to which operator? So that is what is basically the assignment problem is. So we'll just see. An assignment problem is a particular case of transportation problem. Again, it is a transportation problem, like kind of a transportation problem, where we are minimizing again. Okay, problem where the sources are assignees. Okay, in the sense here, so if you remember, sources and supply was there. Okay, demand and supply was there. So source is supply. Okay, so supply is assignees, in the sense these are the people who should be assigned, and the destinations are tasks. So destination in the sense it is demand. So there are different tasks for different people. Okay, there are different tasks and there are many people. So each source has a supply of one, since each assignee is to be assigned to exactly one task. Okay, as I gave you the example, three people, three machines. So each person will be getting only one machine. That is what they are telling you. Here, each source has one supply, only one. Why? Because since each assignee is to be assigned exactly one task, only one task could be given to one person. Then, and every destination has a demand of one. Okay, so as you can assign only one person with one machine, so similarly one machine needs one person only. So that is what it is telling. So since each task has to be performed by exactly one assignment, so I hope you have understood. Okay, so one person, one machine has to be allotted, or in this case it is assignee and task they have given. Assignee is a person who will be assigned to a task. There will be only one person per task, and like per task requires only one person. It's like that. Okay, so sometimes you might ask me, sir, it is there, no? So one person, one task. So certain tasks may take two people. Okay, so those things are not taken into consideration here. So one machine, one operator. Okay, and one machine needs only one operator to work, and one person or one operator can only operate one person or one machine at a time. Okay, this is what is the exactly problem definition. Okay, next, the problem of assignment arises because the resources that are available, such as men, machines, etc., have varying degrees of efficiency. I just give you example of particular person, okay, and particular machine. So one process may take more time, one process may take less time, or the same process may be taking different times by different people. Okay, like for example, you and your friend are there. You take half an hour to do a particular work on that same machine, and your friend takes around 45 minutes on the same machine. Everything is the same, but you take half an hour and your friend takes 45 minutes. Like for example, the best one I just remember now. Like when I give you a problem to solve, so all are solving at a time. So I'll be giving the problem to all at a particular time only, right? But some are very fast, some are slow. Basically, we are getting to the same answer, right? But some are fast, some are slow. So similarly, in this case also, even the work is same, the machine is same, all the tools are that are given to him are same, but time taken because the efficiency is different. So certain person like does it very fast. Some people like for each and small calculations like 2 into 2 directly. Some people will not be having that 2 into 2 4 I need to write. They'll type it in the calculator. 2 into 2 is equal to 4. Right. So it happens because the way you have practiced. Okay, so this person can change it here, but we need practice. The same thing is even fit here as well. It fits here as well because the same job, same person, same machine may take one amount of time. Same job, different person, and the same work to be done. Time taken by the other person could be more or less than the first one. So
Sir,
similarly, yeah.
Naina is trying to join the class.
Okay, we just see. That's why I waited, my dear students. Join first. So ask her to join now. Message her.
Okay, sir.
We are telling Naina, right? Naina Upar.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she is already in. So not an issue. So we'll go back to our. There is someone else. Okay, they also got joined. Fine. Where was I? Okay, such as men, machines, etc., have varying degrees of efficiency for performing different activities. Therefore, the cost, profit, or time of the performing the different activities also different. So one person, if you give where his like efficiency is more in a particular kind of machine. So if he works for a longer period of time and produces more products than the other person, your profit will be high and your cost will go down. Okay, like for example, if I am there and my one of my friend is there, so I am able to make around 10 products in 1 hour, for example, in a particular machine, and my friend makes around 12 products in the same 1 hour time. Okay, so who is better for that particular job? It's my friend, right? So instead of like if you work for 8 hours, so I'll be making 80 products, and he will be making how many? He is making 12, right? 12 it's a 84 products. Instead of 80, he is making 84 products. So that's how it is. Okay, so efficiency will be more. So when more products are produced, so we'll be having more profit. So similarly, they might give you in terms of cost, in terms of profit, or uh, in terms of time of performing different activities. Okay, so this is what is assignment problem. So now coming to this particular flowchart, like I explained in the previous class, what is a flowchart? How the data particularly flows. So similarly here, arrange the data in a matrix form. So here also a matrix will be given to you. Okay. So earlier it was at the end I gave this particular flowchart. Here I'll give you at the beginning only. Okay, because you'll understand each and every part. I can directly tell you like which part was it, which part I am basically at what level. Okay, so here again they could give you directly a particular matrix, or in a paragraph format. You need to convert it into a matrix format. Okay, then is it a maximization problem? Yes. Convert it into minimization? No. Continue. Is it a balanced problem? You already know what it is. Balancing, like when LHS is equal to RHS, or the number of rows is not equal to number of columns basically. Then it could be, in this case it is rows and columns. Their supply and demand was there. Here rows and columns, because one person, one machine only, or one person, one job. So number of people should be equal to number of jobs. So this is called as unbalanced problem. Here, if it is Not a balanced problem, add dummy rows or columns, you know how to do it. Then if it is balanced, yes, move to the next one. Find opportunity cost. How? Identify the smallest number in each row and subtract it from every number in that row. Similarly, in the reduced matrix, repeat the same process clockwise. Sorry, column wise. So we'll see it how to do it. Just go through it now once. So if everything is done here, so this is okay. Then make assignments row wise and only 1 0. Okay, that has only 1 0 and eliminate the row and column once the assignment is made. Repeat the same process clockwise. So I'll explain what it is. Don't worry now. So next, is the number of assignments equal the number of rows? So this is we need to check. So is the number of assignments, so the assignment is already done in the previous step here. Okay, so make assignments, they are already given row wise then column wise. Then here, so we need to check whether the number of rows or columns are equal to the number of assignments or not. Okay, if yes, that is the optimal solution. If no, what to do? There is one more set of things that you need to do. So revise opportunity cost table. How? Draw minimum possible lines on columns and rows such that all zeros are covered. Okay, I'll show you how it is. Choose the smallest number not covered by the lines, subtract it from itself and every other uncovered number. Okay, add this number at the intersection of any two lines. So after doing this procedure, go back here. Okay, then make the assignments again, row wise and column wise. Then check whether it is equal to same or no. If yes, that is the optimal solution. If no, again do the same process where that is revising of opportunity. Then go back again, assign. Then check whether the number of rows or columns are equal to the assignment. So if yes, then that is the optimal solution. Okay. So I've taken a problem where this particular thing is there. That is no at the last decision column. This one. So there is no. I have taken first problem. Okay. So there you will get to know that what to do here. Otherwise, what happens? A normal problem, if you take it directly goes from here till here like this. It goes straight. Okay. If it is no, then only it goes like this. Then goes back here. Again comes like this. If it is okay, it goes down. Otherwise, again takes a turn. Again it goes down like this. Okay. We need to have multiple. So usually once many problems I have seen where it will be taken as only once. Okay. Not take much of time if you understand. Otherwise, it will be a bit difficult. Okay, don't worry about it. We will see. So you all know as many times required. We need to go through these things. So what it is, we will see a particular problem. Write down this particular problem. Solve the following assignment problem. So I have not given much of the theory here. So in the subsequent problems, I'll give the statement of the problem. Okay, properly. Then a particular table will be given to you like this. So here, initially, just take solve the following assignment problem. Copy this. So here, if you see here, we are having a job. These are jobs A, B, C, D, E, F, sorry, E. Then these are workers. Number of workers are 5. So there are 5 workers and 5 jobs. Then a particular timing is given. Okay, so here it is not being given in this statement. So I am telling you these are the time. So it might you can take it as minutes or hours also. So for a convenience, we'll take it as hours. So first person here, worker 1, if he is doing job A, he'll take 9 hours. If he is doing job B, he'll take 11 hours. If he is doing job C, he'll take 14 hours. If he is doing job D, he'll take 11 hours. If he is doing job E, he's taking 7 hours. So similarly, a whole matrix is given for 1 to 5 and A to E, jobs A to E. So now, as a supervisor or as a person who is like responsible to assign, we have to choose the optimum number here so that the time reduces. So just let me know once you finish this particular taking down this particular table.
Done, sir.
Then,
Okay.
sir.
So first step, what we need to do is first is row wise. So it is called as row reduction. Okay, I have not written here row reduction. I'll just write RR, row reduction. So next step would be column reduction. So or you can take it as in first step we are having two steps. Further inside two steps. So first would be row reduction. So for that what we need to do? We need to find out the lowest in each row. So I'll be putting row minimum RM. So this is row minimum. So this may not be written. So for you, to understand, I'm writing this. So if you want, normally also you can write. Otherwise, you can directly do a sum without writing this row minimum. But first step is row reduction only. So what is row reduction? So first find all the minimum values in each row. Okay. So first, if anybody is writing, stop everything, focus on your screen. This is very important. If you forget or if you get confused here in any step for that matter, you will not be able to understand or will go wrong. So leave everything, focus on your screen. So this will be there. You can copy it later. Okay. So row minimum. What is row minimum? Just check here. In this first row, worker one row. So just tell me which is the smallest one.
7.
7.
Next one.
9.
6.
6. Here 6 is there. So not the same one. So next row. It is
6.
6. Next
9.
8.
7.
7.
So we have found out all the row minimums. Now next what to do is subtract this row minimum from all the values in that particular row, only in that row. Okay, because this is row minimum of that row. Okay, so this is 9 minus 7, 11 minus 7, 14 minus 7, 11 minus 7. So similarly for all, 6 minus 6, 15 minus 6. Okay, then 13 minus 6, 13 minus 6. Then next again it is 6, 12 minus 6, 13 minus 6, 6 minus 6, 8 minus 6. Okay, and so on. I'll not write furthermore. So you know what we need to do. This is 10 minus 6 and 7 minus 7. Okay, so for all the values in this particular row, we need to subtract it from the row minimum. So whatever values are there, subtract the row minimum. Okay, similarly for all the rows we need to do. So here 9 minus 7 is 2, 11 minus 7 is 4. Okay, 14 minus 7 is 7. So similarly I have written this already, so you can check here. So here 2, 4, 7, 4, 0. So because if you see 7 minus 7, it is 0 here. So 6 minus 6 is 0. Then 6 minus 6 is 0. Just check 0, then 0 here, then 0 here. So similarly, I have made this next column now by subtracting the lowest value in each of the rows. So copy this, copy till here. So write row reduction. So this is first step. You can write step 1 or step 1.1, whatever. So initially first one we are doing, take it as step 1 only. Step 1, row reduction. What we do? We take row minimum. Okay, then subtract it from all the values of that row. Similarly, go to the next row, then the subsequent row, then so on till the last row. So this is row minimum. So write this fast. So as and when you finish this, tell me, we'll go to the next slide. You have to copy that as well. And just don't write. Yeah.
So RR is row reduction, right?
Yeah, this is row reduction. That's what I was about to tell you. Don't write RM, RR, write the full form. This is row reduction. This is row minimum. Okay, this is row reduction, RR. RM is row minimum. Write it fully, row minimum. So first sum only you write it properly so that you will understand. Then subsequent, no need to write RM and all. You can directly choose the smallest one and directly do it. No need to write this minus 7, minus 7. Now also it is not required. So if you want to understand it later that only for a particular row you want to do it, you can write this 6, 6, then 7, 7, whatever.
Done, sir.
Done. So we'll move to the next one. Copy this as well. So the next table after solving that, in the sense after subtracting all the minimum values in the row, we are getting this particular table.
So this
Done, sir.
needs to be done.
Done, all of you?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next it is column reduction, CR. So next is column reduction. So what we do in column reduction? Again, column minimum we need to find now. Column minimum is this side. So we did it for row here, row minimum. Now it is column minimum. So just tell me in the first column which one is lowest?
2.
No,
2, sir.
0.
0, sir.
0 is lowest. Don't forget that. 0 is smaller than 2. Next here,
0.
0. Next,
0.
0.
0. Next,
2.
Zero.
here
2.
it is 2. Then it is
Zero.
0. Okay.
Zero.
So
0.
why we are doing this is to get 0 in all the rows or columns basically. So in this row we got all the zeros. Okay, but that particular 0 was not in this particular column. So to get a 0 in this particular column, we are doing the column reduction. Okay, so this is column reduction. So rest all. So because it is 0, 2 minus 0, 0 minus 0, 6 minus 0. So everything. So if you want, you can write. So this is minus 0, minus 0, minus 0, minus 0, minus 0. So I will not write for other one. For this I will write. This is 4 minus 2, 7 minus 2. Because only number is for only this column. 2 minus 2, 3 minus 2, and 3 minus 2. Okay, after doing this, we'll be getting, so rest all these all wherever 0 we are getting, we are having the same numbers everywhere. But only the numbers will change in this D column. Okay, so here it becomes 2, this becomes 5, this becomes 0, 1, 1. This is 2, 5, 0, 1, 1. So if you see here, I have written it already 2, 5, 0, 1, 1, and rest all will be same. So we have introduced a 0 in this column now. Okay, that is what we are doing. So take down this. So this is column reduction CR, and this is CM is column minimum. So as soon as you finish, just let me know. I'll go to the next slide so that you can copy that as well.
Done, sir.
Done. All others.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Done,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So copy this as well. So after doing the column reduction, we are getting this particular next matrix.
Done, sir.
Done. Others?
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
Okay. Now leave everything. If you have not done also, focus on the screen again. Okay. So what we have done? First step, row reduction. Second step, column reduction. So now next is the third step. So I'll take it as third step here. Step 3. Okay. Step 3. What is this step 3? We need to go row wise again. Okay. So row wise, we need to find a 0. Okay. We need to find only 1 0. So if there are more than 1 zeros in that row, skip it and go to the next row. Okay. Sorry. So see here. So first one, this is the row. Okay. So how many zeros are there? Only 1 0 is there.
1.
Mark a square. Okay. Mark a square around it. And so while you are going in a row fashion, we need to cross off that column. Okay. We need to cross this particular column. Cross this particular column. Okay. So if you are going row wise, cross the column of that particular 0. If you are going column wise, cross off the row of that particular 0 or that assignment. Okay. So this is assignment now. Okay. We are giving a 0 here. So we are crossing off that particular column. So come to the next one. So here how many zeros? Only 1 0.
1.
So mark a square around this. So I need to cross off a column. I'm crossing off a column. Next 2 is done. Third one. So here I'm having 2 zeros. So I'll skip this now. So go to the next one. Fourth column. How many zeros? So here we had 2 zeros, but we have already cancelled this. So we need not take into consideration this 0. Okay, we need to take only this 0. So mark this close of this particular column. So go to the last one. So there is no 0 here. Okay. Now coming to column wise. So these 2 columns are already gone. So go to the third column directly. So any 0 here? Yes, there is 1 0 here. So I'll be marking this. I told for column we need to cross off the row. Okay. So if there was one more 0 here, we should leave this and go to the next one. Okay. And check. So as we made sure that in each row and each column at least 1 0 is there. So you'll not be having any issues. Okay. There are some students might think, okay, sir, there might be 1 more 0 here. Okay, 2 zeros might be here. So that in that case we'll see, or very less possibility of that happening will be there. Okay, we'll see that in the later classes. Don't worry about it. Now what we did. So focus again. What we did, we went row wise. Okay, row wise. We found a 0. We put a square around it and we crossed off that particular column. So if you are going row wise, cross the column. So okay, next one, second. So there is a 0 here. I have marked that one and I have crossed off that particular column. Then next comes third one. So if you see third one, there were 2 zeros. So we did not do anything there. We went to the next one. So fourth. Okay, fourth one, I had 1 0. I have marked that 0 and I have squared off that, or I have cut that particular column. Okay, then fifth one, if you see, there was no 0. So now coming to column. So I have already crossed 2 columns. Leave it. Okay, I mean exactly 3 columns you have crossed, but first 2 only are crossed. Now directly go to the third one. Check. Yes, there is 1 0. I am marking it. Then I am crossing off this particular column. Sorry, not column, row. So you are going column wise, so you need to cross off the row. Remember, so if you are going row wise, cross off the column. If you are going column wise, cross off the row. So we are crossing the row here. So but there is this 0 also went off. So here there is no 0. Leave it. We cannot do anything. So just check after this, has all the zeros been crossed off or not? So just check. So these are the remaining numbers. Are there any 0 in this? No. Okay. So this means this particular step is done. Okay. Next, what we need to do is check whether the number of marked rows, that is square that you have marked, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll write 4 here. Okay, should be equal to the number of rows or columns. So how many rows are there? I'm having A, B, C, D, E. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 is equal to 5. No, so it is not equal to 5. So in most of the cases, what happens here, you will get is equal to 4 equal to 4 or 5 equal to 5. and the sum is over. But because the next step I had to explain, I took a bigger problem where now 4 is not equal to 5. Okay, so I'll tell you what to do. Copy till here. Step 3, you copy.
Done, sir.
Okay, others,
Done, sir.
make sure you are doing it
Done, sir.
because tricky part starts now. All are done. Shall I move ahead?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, now what to do is wherever there is non-crossed off values are there, put a circle around this. Put a circle, not square, circle. Okay, here this is a mouse, so I cannot make a particular circle. So this is a circle basically. Make circle around all these values where we have not crossed off the values. So you can circle it or you may not. But what happens is I'll tell you what has to be done in these circles and all. So if you want, if you are okay with it, you may not draw the circle also later. But for identification purpose, I'm just drawing circles. So wherever I have drawn circles, these particular values are not crossed off. These are still alive. Okay, now what to do? As this is the number of assignments are not equal to number of rows or columns, there is a next step that we need to go in this particular sum only. Here only we need to do it. What we need to do? So first thing is we have circled the non-cancelled numbers. So out of this circled numbers, find the lowest one. So what is the lowest number in this circled ones?
1.
One.
One.
Okay.
One.
Three ones, one and one. Basically it is 1. So there is no smaller number than 1. So 1 is the minimum number. Okay, so keep in mind 1 is the minimum number. So what I need to do is I need to subtract this 1 from all these particular circled numbers. I need to subtract, I need to minus this 1 from all the circled numbers. Okay, all the circled numbers, and the step is not over it. We need to add this particular 1 to all these numbers where it is having a cross mark. That means where two lines are crossing, okay, meeting, in the sense this is a what we call crossing only we can call. So this one at this particular point, okay, we need to add this particular point, I need to add, and this particular point I need to add, where basically two lines are crossing. Okay, two lines which you have drawn, not anyone else. So on this I need to add it, I need to add it here, I need to add it here, but I need to subtract this one from all the numbers which I have circled. So that's why I circled the numbers, that's all. Okay, so next one, and all others, so all other numbers here 2, 0, 4, 9 and all will be remaining the same. We are not doing anything to them. But what we did a subtraction to all these circled numbers, and we added to all these particular numbers where there is a crossing of happening from all these particular like cancelling that we have done. So here only one line is there. If there was one more line here, for example, here if it was one more line, so what again, those particular joints or points where two lines are crossing, we need to add this particular smaller number. Here there is only one line, so I am adding only at these 3 points. One, that is 6, 7 and 2. These becomes 7, 8 and 3, and all these becomes less by 1. So first I'll write only those numbers where we are making any difference. Okay, that is the point 3 first I'll take. This becomes 7, this becomes 8. Okay, 7 and 8. I have not written anything here. This becomes 7, this becomes 8. Okay, so I'll go back. Then E3 becomes 2. This becomes, it was 2, sorry, it becomes 3. I am adding 1. So this became 3. So here it became 7, here it was 7, it became 8, here it was 2, it became 3. Okay, next the numbers which I am subtracting here. So it is 7 and 7. These two become 6 and 6. So here I am writing 6 and 6. Okay, for C it was 7 and 7. So for D it is 1 and 4. Okay, it is 1 and 4. I'll go back again. So I'm having here is 0 and 6 and 0 and 0. So it is 0, 6, 0 and 0. Okay, rest all whatever the blank boxes are there, the same numbers have to be added over there. Okay, I have just written what all changes I have done. In this 3, I have added 1, and in all these other numbers, in C and D, I have subtracted 1. Why? Because 1 is the smallest number that we have found out. So next we'll fill up the other columns or the other boxes. Here it is 2409. Okay, here it is 2, 4, 0 and 9. 2, 4, 0 and 9. So next what is remaining? So E I'll take. E is 0 and 4. So this is 0 and this is 4. Now C and D will take. C and D, it is 0 and 0 only. So I take 0, 0. Then coming to the next for fourth A and B, sorry, fourth A and B, it is 2 and 0. So this will be 2, this will be 0.
0 and 5.
2, 0, and we are having a 0 at the end. 0. Then for 5, somebody tell me what is the value?
So 0, 5.
0.
So for 8 is 0. 5.
0, 5. Okay.
Then 7, so last column.
7.
7. So this is the next matrix that we have found out now. Now what you just saw that, okay, there was an arrow. I'll go back. So if you see here, what we did is we have done all this here. Then we came here. So we saw that it is not optimal. That is 4 was not equal to 5. So I went here. Okay. So whatever we did that from circle, putting circles to all those non-cancelled points. So we have started with this A, B and C. So we completed this A, B and C now. So what we need to do? We need to go back again to this point. Okay, that means again check for rows and columns again like how we did earlier. That is, I'll go back, I'll teach you again. So again, so row wise go. Is there a 0 here? Yes, there is only 1 0. I'll mark that 0 in a square. Okay, I'll mark it in a square and I'll cross off this particular column. So next, coming to the next one, there is only 1 0. I'll mark this. I'll cross off this particular column. Next, third one, there are 2 zeros, leave it. Fourth one, there are 2 zeros, leave it. Fifth one, there is only 1 0. This 0 is already cancelled off. So I'll mark this. I'll cancel off this particular column. Next, coming to column wise now. Come to column wise. So again, A is cancelled off, D and E is cancelled off. So I'll go to directly B. So there is only 1 0. I will mark this 0. Okay, so for column, what we need to do? We need to cross off the row. Okay, next, this is done. So go to C. I'm having only 1. So this is the 1. Okay, then I'm crossing off this. So now just check how many squares we have put is equal to the number of rows or columns. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4,
5.
and 5. So 5 assignments we have made. Is it equal to the number of rows or columns? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So 5 is equal to 5. So we got our assignment. Okay, this is what is the assignment. So what I'm doing now? So this is the assignment that I got. So for the first worker, I'll assign job E. Okay. For the second worker, I'll assign job A. For third worker, I'll assign job C. For fourth worker, I'll assign job B. For fifth worker, I'll assign job job D. Okay. So here we stopped here. You can start copying from here. As and when you finish, just let me know. We'll go to the next one.
So can you explain this step again?
Okay, from this step, so those who did not understand, please focus here. So what we did, this is step 3 now. So this is step 3, what we did, we circled first all the non-cancelled numbers. We circled all the non-cancelled numbers. Okay, so these are the non-cancelled numbers I have circled. So find out the smallest number in this. In the circled numbers, the smallest number is 1. Okay, so check here, 7, 2, 7, 5, 1, 1, 7, 1. So lowest one is 1. So with this one, what we did, we subtracted this number 1 with all the values which are in circle. Okay, this became 6, this became 1, this became 6, this became 4, this became 0, this became 6, 0 and 0. And we added this one at this particular point, at intersection. We call this as intersection, or where we are getting a square. Okay, intersection is there. So here one intersection is there, there's one more intersection here, and there's one more intersection here. We are adding 1 to this. This will become 7, this will become 8, and this will become 3. So copy till here, then I'll explain next when we go to the next slide.
So we have to add minimum number to intersected numbers only.
Yes, only intersected numbers we need to add, and others
And remaining-
non-cancelled of numbers we need to subtract it, and all others we need to keep as it is. We need
Okay,
to
sir.
not change anything. Okay, don't worry, copy this. As we finish this particular sum, I'll go back and I'll explain from step 1. Don't worry.
Done, sir.
Okay, all others done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Shall I move to the next slide? Okay, I'll move to the next slide. So copy this. So these numbers I have written purposely because I did not want you to get confused. So slowly, one by one, we have taken the numbers here. I have written the numbers in those boxes. Then start with the row one by one. Find out if there is only 1 0 or more zeros. If 1 0, mark it as square. Then cross off the column. Then go to the next row. If 1 0, put a square, cross off the column. Otherwise, if there are more than 1 zeros, move to the next row. Similarly, complete the all the rows, then go to column. Okay, so leave the crossed off columns, go to the columns where we have not crossed. Okay, just check 1 0, mark it, cross off the row. Okay, if there are 2 zeros, leave that particular column, go to the next one. Instead of just writing 5 is equal to 5, you can write number of assignments. I'll just NOA, I'll write here number of assignments. Number of assignment should be equal to number of rows. I'll put NOR Okay, number of rows, or okay, or I'll put a slash, or number of columns. So you can take only one, number of row or number of columns, because we have already made the number of rows and number of columns equal. Okay, so just don't write 5 is equal to 5. In the earlier one also, instead of 4 is equal to 5, not equal to 5, just write number of assignments is not equal to number of rows by number of columns.
Sir, number of remaining assignments is equal to number of rows and column.
Not remaining, number of assignments. So you have assigned, right? The zeros you have put square. So that is an assignment now. Okay, so that is number of assignments is equal to 5. So you can put bracket here, is equal to 5. That is number of rows or number of columns. You can put OR here, or number of columns, or take only one, number of rows or number of columns. Both will be the same. Class students,
Done, sir.
Done, sir.
done. All are done.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So next one here, this is the problem. Okay, don't worry, this is nothing different. This is the question, basic first question. What was given to you? The top one, this one. Okay, this particular thing is the question which was given to you. Okay, so I have written it here so that I should not go back and forth, because it is too way back. So here, just tell me. So for worker one, which job was is given assigned?
E.
A, sure. For one, it is E. Whichever you have marked, no, that is the one which is given to worker one. This is one is E. Okay, one is E. One is E. Next, for two, it is
A.
two, it is A.
A,
For
sir.
three,
C. C.
for four,
B.
B. And for five, A, B, C, it will be D. Because that is only remaining. Okay, now, so if you see for 1E, so what is the time? 1E, 1 and E. He is having 7. He is taking 7 hours. We have taken test hours, right? It is 7. Next for A, it is 6. For 3, it is C. It is again 6. For 4, it is B, 9.
9.
And for 5, it is D. For 5, it is D is 10.
10.
Okay, add all this. 10 plus 9 plus 6 plus 6 plus 7.
38, sir. 38.
38.
38. Okay, so I'm getting 38. So you should write at the end. So the total assignments will take around 38 hours to complete. So all the jobs, so for workers 1 to 5 and who is doing jobs A to E will take 38 hours. I'll just write hours because we have taken hours. It is not written anywhere. HR, yes. Okay, this is 38 hours. So here if you see, first one is 7. So if you see in this 7, it is the smallest one. Okay, for 2, it is 6. Okay, it is the smallest one. For 3, it is C. 3, it is C. Again, the smallest one. I'll just mark them. Okay, these are the smallest ones. Sir, you can ask me, sir, why to do all these things? Directly, I'll find out the smallest one and I'll directly mark it. Okay, next, there's a like legitimate question, right? You can ask me, sir, I'm getting small one only, chota hi aa raha hai. So why should I go through such big process? Okay, so next if you see fourth and fifth, fourth is b, b is equal to 9. Okay, there are two nines. So which one will you give? Okay, so this is a dilemma again. So you have given, so you cannot give, but you can give here. So similarly for d, it is 10. Okay, here 7 is there. Okay, but I'm giving 10 because this particular person is already doing a job A. Okay, worker 2 is doing already A job. So you cannot give fifth person A job. So to avoid this dilemma, we have to do this. So here it is very easy. So many a times it will be similar numbers which will be coming over there. So at that time it is very difficult to find out which to give. So to do that one only, this particular thing is there. That's why first three, if you see, smaller ones will come. Then later on, wherever it is possible, we will give the smallest, or else we have to go to the next smallest. So if you see here, 7 is the smallest. The next smallest is 10. Okay, you can tell I can do it directly only. So if it is more number of jobs and more number of people, it will be very difficult. Okay, so we are using this particular method. Okay, copy this also, the bottom one, not the upper one. So in the examination or in your book, it will be just in the previous page also. No need to draw this particular thing again. Don't draw this, directly write this. Okay, workers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever job is assigned, or you can put job assigned. J, job is written, I'll put assigned, A. So make sure you write assigned, job assigned, and this is time. It is taken by each person. Okay. Then this you could write total time taken. TTT. Total time taken. TTT.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, the previously where you did once more where you cancelled, you didn't add one or minus one.
So
Like
in that step,
previously
we did not
was
add or minus. So it is only once we did it. We went back. Okay, I'll explain. So take down this. I'll explain once again. So still, if you have a doubt after that explanation, you can ask me. Okay. So as and when you finish, just let me know. I'll go back and I'll explain once
Done,
again.
sir.
done, sir.
Done? All others done?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll go back to the problem.
Yes.
Here. So what you asked me is, sir, we did not add or subtract. So we finished that adding or subtraction. Then we came to this point here. We were at this point. So at this point, we need to do these particular things. Okay, these particular things we need to do. After that, again we need to find out whether it is equal or not. If not, again we need to do that addition or subtraction. So once you finish the addition or subtraction, go back to this point. We'll remove whatever is written here so you may get confused. Okay, see here. So what is given? So we need to do this. We need to come here. If the number of assignments is equal to the columns or rows, then it is optimal. So finish it off. If no, what we are doing? We are going to revise the opportunity. How? Draw the minimum possible lines on columns or rows such that all zeros are covered. We have done it already by taking these things. That is going row wise, finding the zero, then crossing off the column. So that particular thing will eliminate all the zeros or cross off all the zeros. Okay, this A is already done before coming here. Then choose the smallest number covered by the lines. Okay, not covered by the lines. In this sense, not covered in the sense we put zeros, circles. You remember? So from there we got the smallest number as 1. Okay, then what to do? Add this number at the intersection of any two lines. Okay, intersection we need to add it. Then after choosing the smallest number, then subtract it from itself and each other uncovered numbers. That means the smallest one should be subtracted from all the numbers where we have put zeros. Okay, and add at the intersections here. Add at the intersection. So that is what we did. So after doing this, we are directly going to this part again. Again, go row wise, check these squares, zeros. So if only one is there, put the square, then cross off the column. Okay, then go to the next column, next row. Check only 1 0 is there or more zeros. If more zeros, go to the next row. If only 1 0, mark that 0 and cross off the column. Okay, so this I'll explain again once again. So first what we did, this is row reduction. We found out the row minimum. We have written all the row minimums here. Then using this row minimum, we have subtracted all the values in the other in that particular row basically. other numbers in that particular row from this particular smallest number. Okay, so similarly for all the rows we are doing, so this is row reduction. So after row reduction we are getting this particular table, okay, or this particular matrix will get. So in this particular matrix what we need to do, so you can take this as step 1, S1, all right, then this will be S2. Okay, what we did column reduction. So for column reduction what we did, we found out the column minimum. So all the column minimums we found out, and we subtracted all the values here in that particular respective column from this column minimum. Okay, here most of them you will get zeros only, and wherever we did not have a zero we will get the smallest number. Okay, then if we subtract that, a zero is introduced in this column also. Okay, so all the other numbers, okay, other than this particular column D, okay, will be same, and this particular column D will change. So similarly going to the next one, column D is changing and all others values are remaining the same. So now what we did, we went row by row. Okay, so first we went to the first row, we found out there is only one zero, we have marked that particular zero, we crossed off this particular column. Okay, then the next row, so check next row, how many zeros are there? There is only one zero here. Okay, so I have marked this particular zero, then I have crossed off this particular column. Then coming to the third one, I had two zeros here. Okay, so nothing will be done, so I'll go to the next one. So as of now, if you see, I have crossed off A and E. Okay, even this particular B column is intact, we have not yet cancelled it. So coming to the fourth one, check, there were two zeros, but one zero is already cancelled. So I'll mark this particular zero, I'll cross off this particular B column. Okay, then coming to the fifth one, I'll check, there is no other zeros left. Then I'll check now. Okay, number of assignments, I'll write here NOA. Number of assignments is 4. I'll put it in brackets. Okay, is equal to number of rows. I'll take only one. NOR, number of rows. Is it equal? No. Okay, so it is not equal. It is already cancelled. So what we have to do next? Next, we have to circle all the values that are not crossed off. Okay, that are still alive. So this is 0, 0. I'm putting here for that circles. Now what to do? Out of these all circled numbers, find out the smallest number. The smallest number is 1 here. Okay, we found out 1. So what we need to do? We need to subtract this 1 from all these circled numbers, and we need to add this one for the intersected numbers here. So we have 3 intersection at 6, 7, and 2. So we need to add that particular smallest number. Okay, in this particular places, and we need to subtract that smallest number in all these circles. Okay, where we have put circles. So after doing this, what will happen? We are getting this particular thing. Okay, so we added it here. It was 6, it was 7, it became 7, this became 8. Here it was 2, it became 3. Okay, so which two things are there? C and D are only remaining, and 0 zeros are crossed off. Okay, so this was 7, it became 6. This was 2, this became 1. This was 7, it became 6. This was 5, this became 1. So these two, nothing has to be done because it is 0, 0. So here it was 1 and 1, it became 0 and 0. So here it was 7, it became 6, and here it was 1, it became 0 again. So after doing this, okay, after getting this particular matrix, again start with, we went back. Okay, I told you, no, after that particular ABC, we went back. Okay, so we went back and we started with the rows again. So if you see, I went to first row, there is 1 0. I have marked that 0 and crossed off this particular column. Then second one, yes, there is only 1 0, marked it, crossed off the column. Then coming to third one, I am having 2 zeros. I left it off. Coming to fourth one, I am having 3 zeros. 1, 2, and 3 because this is already crossed off. Leave it. Then come to fifth one. So if you see, this one is already crossed off. I am having 2 zeros, but one is crossed off. So I am having only 1 0. I am marking this and crossing off this particular column. Now rows is over now. Now coming to column. So A, D, and E are already crossed off. Don't worry about it. Directly come to B. Check how many zeros are there. There are only 1 0. There is only 1 0. Mark it. Then cross off the particular row here because we are in the column 1. So next come to C. So how many zeros? There were 2, but one is already crossed off. I'll mark this 0 and I'll cross off this particular row. Okay. In this column, this 0 I'll mark. I'll cross off this particular row. So now assignments we got 1 to E, 2 to A, 3 to C, 4 to B, and 5 to D. So these are the assignments. Okay. So before that, check number of assignments, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So it is 5 is equal to number of rows or columns, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or here it is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So just check 5 equal to 5. Yes, now we have got the optimum solution. So coming to this, so here this particular values have to be taken. So I have put this particular column here, the original question here. Then we have put 1E, 2A, 3C, okay, 3C, then 4B and 5D. So respect to this, whatever values are there. So 1E, so here it is 1 and 1E is this. So I have to put 7. So next 2A, 2A, where is 2A? 2A is this. So this is only 6. So I have to put 6. Then 3C, so 3 is here, 3 is here, C is here. So I have to put this particular number. Then for 4, it is B. So 4, I'll go here. I have to put this particular number. Then for 5, it is D. I have to put this particular number. Okay. So others I'll just remove. Just check whether we have done the same thing or no. Eraser. I'll take this off. This off. Okay, just check. So I have marked which number to be taken. So that particular number we have taken exactly here. For first it is 7, taken 7. For 2 it is 6, 6 is taken. For 3 it is 6, again 6 is taken. For 4 it is 9, 9 is taken. For 5th it is 10 and 10 is taken. If you add all this, we are getting the total number of hours. Okay, this is total time taken. TTT, total time taken, this 38 hours. Okay, this is job A in the sense job assigned. Okay, job assigned. For 1 it is E, for 2 it is A, for 3 it is C, for 4 it is B, and for 5 it is D. Okay, any questions now? We have completed this particular problem. So now ask me any questions if you have. No questions? Yes, students. Yes, sir. No. Can you hear me?
No, sir.
No questions. Okay. Great. So what I suggest you is, this is a bit lengthier problem and too many steps are there. Okay. So you can write your own steps. First one, what is row reduction? What we did there? Find out the minimum value in each row and subtract it from all the elements from that particular row. This is step 1. You can write it on your own. Okay. Form a procedure. Next comes second one. So what we did? So overall, like the top one, overall we are having this one, but exactly what we did, it is not there here. Okay, so you can make a procedure for yourself. Okay, step 1, what we did. Step 2, column reduction. So find out the lowest from each column and subtract each element of that column from this particular smallest one. Okay, we are getting these two, column reduction and row reduction. So we are getting a one more particular matrix. So in this, what we need to do now? Step 3. So go row wise, find out is there any 1 0 or more 0. If there is only 1 0, mark a square around it, cross off the column. Okay, go to the next row. Again, similar thing, 1 0, mark it, then cross off the column, or if there are more than 1 0, go to the, skip that particular row and go to the next row. Okay, then check again, similarly do for all. Then if all the check all the zeros are cancelled or not. Okay, usually it will not be happening, so we need to go to column now. So only focus on the columns where the crossing off is not done. Okay, again check 1 0, mark it, cross off the row now. Okay, because we are doing the column, so cross off the row. Okay, so if 2 zeros in that column, go to the next column, mark that particular 0, cross off the row. So similarly, again check after this step, check whether the number of assignments are equal to the number of rows or columns. If yes, that is the optimal solution. If no, one more procedure has to be taken. So what is that next procedure? Mark the circles to all the non-cancelled numbers. Okay, now find out the smallest number from that particular non-cancelled number. Okay, we need to subtract that particular smallest number from all the circled numbers, and we need to add the smallest number to the intersection. Okay, to the numbers at intersection. So after doing this, again go back and start with the row wise. So if one circle, mark it in a square, cross off the column. So similarly for all the rows do it, or go back to column again. After rows, go to column, check again, okay, whether 1 0 or more zeros, more 0 leave it, 1 0 mark it and cross off the row. Then after doing all this, check whether number of assignments is equal to number of rows or columns. If yes, that is the optimal solution. Or else again do the same one. Again mark the circles, find the smallest one, subtract the smallest one from that particular numbers which you have circled, add those, okay, for the intersection numbers. Okay, then find out the values. Then again go through row 1 and column and just check again number of assignments is equal to rows or columns. If yes, you are getting the optimal solution. So you can make your procedure on your own. I am not going to give this. I have explained it thrice. If you are having any problem, this particular video will be uploaded in YouTube in like 1.5 hours. You can go back, check. That's what I am telling you. First, one small advice. You know this. Take the problem again in some separate paper. Okay, try solving this. If you do it, well and good. If not, go back and check in your notes. If you can find it, well and good. Or go back to this particular video, check what to do next. Then mark it. That means you were stuck in this particular place. Okay, when you are reading next, you make a point that you focus on where you got stuck. Why? Because in the examination, the same place you might get stuck. So you'll remember, yes, I was stuck here, then this has to be done. Okay, this is what you need to do. So we'll stop for today. Okay, we'll come up with some other problems. We'll try to solve the other sums. Okay, and we'll check some different things like maximization and all are there. So in the subsequent classes, we'll do that. Okay, but in the next class, we will basically solve different sums again. Okay, so I hope this class you understood. Okay, or else go back.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, or else go back and check in this particular uploaded video. Okay, so we'll stop for today. Bye, students. Take care.